Hey, you know the deal by now, there's spoilers ahead. Also, Ashton was kind of lagging a little bit, so I had to edit this a bit to put the responses closer together. Also, just threw in some extra noises in there just for fun. Anyway, thanks. And we're live. So, go ahead and introduce yourself. Who are we talking to today?
Well, hello everyone. My name is Ashton McLeod. Been part of this free company pretty much since I came back, which is probably about 9 months now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Just your, just your normal everyday bard who likes to shoot pointy things at people.
So, you said you've been part of this free company ever since you came back. How long have you actually played the game for?
Well, according to what the loading screen says, this is about 600 days. So yeah, sounds about right.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You played Bard the whole time?
Yeah, that's my main character right now. I've been branching out, learning different classes out there.
Yeah. What classes have you started to branch out into?
I would like to be learn a healer. I don't know which one I want to be yet, and I've also like to be a tank as well.
Okay.
Again, I don't have a specific healer that I would prefer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does really come down to a matter of taste when if you're just getting started off as healing, just my piece of advice. The white mage is probably the easiest one if you're just looking for something simple to learn at the beginning. Otherwise, the one that I enjoy the most is probably Astrologian, but it does start at level 30. So it's kind of up to you on how you want to start things. If you want to go straight from level 1 and like work your way up, or if you want to have a few skills to start off with. But
I have been a little bit leery about the other classes that start at like a level 30, level 70. It doesn't get you the chance to actually learn the character.
it doesn't. I would definitely say that as a brand new healer, probably don't pick Sage just because it does start at level 70. But there is kind of a trick to that too that I've learned over the years. If you do want to start one of those higher level classes like that start at level 70 or level 50 or whatever, and you are afraid of being just overwhelmed by skills at the beginning, take them when you're brand new into Palace of the Dead, because it will start from floor number 1. It'll start you at level 1. You will unlock the skills naturally in there, and then you can kind of work your way up. That's been my tip for learning these new classes with all these skills all at once. So, something to consider. Um,
All right, I'll definitely think about that.
yeah. So with the amount of time that you played the game, are you like fully caught up to like the end of Endwalker, or where are you at right now?
I'm completely past all the main scenarios and all the main quests. Right now, I'm just trying to gear up, and I just need one more raid, and I'll be completely full set.
Okay. Okay. So, um, what is your favorite expansion that you've played through now, since you've basically experienced all of them, like except for that one raid at the end here?
I would have to say it has to be the Dragon Song Wars. I, I'm sorry,
Mm.
I'm not really too knowledgeable about the different expansions.
That's Heaven's Ward. Yeah, I do notice you have the minion out, the little dragon minion. So that makes sense. That tracks. Yeah. So you're a big fan of the Nidhogg stuff, huh?
I do think that's my favorite song out of all this game is Dragon Song.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a high point. It was my first real high point too, I think. as someone that's played for like 10 years, A Realm Reborn was okay, but it really didn't grab me until Heaven's Ward, and Heaven's Ward really it started to grab me in the middle of Heaven's Ward with like the vault and like Harshaphant's death and stuff like that, but it really kicked into high gear on the Dragon Song War, and then the end fight against Nidhogg really got me. I love that thing. So, what else do you do like outside of the game when you're not in the game here doing this stuff?
Well, I'm not too afraid to say that I currently live in Las Vegas, and
Mm.
I am a season ticket holder of UNLV games, so that's part of what I like to do.
Okay, okay. So you live in Vegas. You lived there for a long time, or
20 years.
dang? Okay, yeah, that's a good amount of time. I've uh, I've been there before. Obviously I don't live there, but I have visited. I made the grave mistake of visiting the Strip in July for vacation. It gets a little warm there around that time.
Oh, you visited the 117-degree heat.
Yeah, I did. I did. Um, we thought it'd be okay because our hotel was also a casino. It was the MGM Grand. That's where I stayed, and we just went there because it was one of my friend's 21st birthday, and we're like, okay, well, we've never really went anywhere and like gambled or anything, and he was from out of state, and we're like, hey, let's just settle over here, and I'm like, okay. And then we didn't. I had to put my like vacation notice in at the beginning of the year because I worked for a bank and they were weird about that. So the only time that we could all get together was in July, and I was young and didn't think about it. I was like 24, and so I was just happy to be going on vacation finally. I'd never been on vacation really, and I went there and it was a great time. I loved the casinos. I loved gambling and not losing my shirt off my back because I did it in moderation. And everything was great except for when I had to travel somewhere and like walk somewhere because holy cow, it was like being in an oven inside that. All the like concrete and buildings and stuff were just soaking in the heat and just it was bad. I started like walking around at nighttime instead, like the final day, because I just couldn't take it anymore. They say it's a dry heat, but I really don't think that matters.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I walk out in the night, you forget that it's also 90 degrees at night, and
Yes.
that's another bum. And I
Mm.
I I love humidity, but I rather have the dry heat.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the dry heat is preferable to the humid like heat. I understand that because where I live in Missouri, it's always humid with the heat, but also our temperatures don't get up to like 110 and 115, So there is a point where it's like where you're just trading one thing for the other and they're just as bad. Um, Also, the strip at nighttime, I only walked with other people around me because they know what they're doing on the strip, and there were some things out there that I didn't want to deal with alone. We had a guy try to get us to go into like the back of his van to take us to a strip club one night, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get in your shady van that you parked in the alleyway. Get away. Because you were a member of what was it you called that you're a member of over there?
I just a season ticket holder of UNLV.
V.
I
Okay.
like watching basketball mostly.
Always been like that for like the whole time you've been there.
Yes, I mean I also have a myriad of other interests as well.
Hmm.
I play another game, which I believe it was you who said the leaked documents game.
Oh, War Thunder, yeah, yeah. It's the national security risk game where they leak a new military secret on the forums at least once a month. Uh, That's pretty accurate. Although I have heard it's a very good game. It has a very dedicated fan base.
I can go into all the
I think you're cutting out there, Ashton.
um, hope not, but if you can hear me,
Yes.
I have to say that I've been playing online games for a very long time.
Hmm.
I used to play my first MMO that I ever played was Ultima Online. I still remember the that I was on Napa Valley,
Yeah.
and also the guild I was with was Lynch Mob Justice, and yeah, this it was good times. We had probably one of the largest guild wars in the game at that time.
Ultima Online was the pioneer for this kind of thing, really. And anybody that knows what that is now going to immediately know how old you are. Uh, it it was early days. It was early days. But it's still up now, isn't it? I think Ultima Online is still technically going out there somewhere.
It probably is, or another is what City of Heroes is doing now. They have their own shards that player players run, and
Yeah.
it's a good little tidbit for that. I think NC Soft actually okayed the one shard that is currently going on, and they said they will work hand in hand with him.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I like when they're able to keep stuff around like that, and something that's had a very dedicated player base for a long period of time. Like they've done that with, even though I didn't play it, they've done that with Final Fantasy 11. That's been online for like 20 years at this point, I think, because it came out with a PS2, and you had to have like a PS2 hard drive and like an internet connection that no one had back then to play it on console. But that's still going strong with a player base, and I'm like 99% sure. I'd have to check again, but I think that just Ultima Online itself is still up. Probably costs like nothing to run at this point comparatively, but I like that. I like that they can just keep stuff like that running. Um, they've done a similar thing with like old Guild Wars, the first Guild Wars, because they've went on record stating that it's so cheap to keep the servers up that there's no reason not to. So they'll just keep them up basically as long as they're still a company, uh, which is good because this is if you've been gaming for this long, you know the gaming landscape has really changed a lot. Where a lot of games now are live service games, and that really shortens their lifespans.
Yeah, yeah. Diablo 3 is
Hmm.
one of them that I can think of.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking of I think the
No,
my
but
yeah, good.
I mean, as I can name off all the games that I've played and stuff. I played everything from EverQuest, WoW.
Mm.
This one game that I miss is it was sort of like a very crazy space opera. I'd like to say it's Wild Rift or something to that effect. I forgot the name of it,
Okay.
but it's like through species. I can look it up right quick though.
Yeah, if you could, because that Wild Rift does sound like a familiar name. I was immediately thinking of like Wild Guns, but I know that's like a PS1 game, so I'm pretty sure that I'm wrong.
Oh, it's called Wild Star.
WildStar. Yes. Okay. Now that's ringing some bells. I did not play that, but I heard about that. That was fairly long ago too, wasn't it?
it was very fun, but it didn't
Yeah.
have much content,
Yeah.
and they unfortunately had to pull the plug on it.
So you've tried a lot of MMO games over the years then.
I was thinking Wild Rift came from League of Legends, which I was really into.
Yeah. So you were a League player, huh? Uh, do you still play, or have you finally kicked the habit of
Yeah,
playing League?
I mained the support.
Oh, okay, okay. Um,
I would like
hmm,
money.
money. Sorry, you like cut out, and then all I heard on my end was I would
I'm
like, and then money.
oh I but I would like to really get back into it, but it
Hmm.
is you can spend a lot of money on that game,
Yeah, yeah, you can. The cosmetics, although
even though they say it's free to play.
it is technically free to play. It is more convenient to pay. And then you could grind your way up to unlocking your next champion, or you could just pay the money and then you could unlock the champion right away. And there's a lot of them now. I have not played League for probably 6 years at this point. When I did, I played it every single day with my friends who all hated the game still, but got me to play. Like they never sounded like they were having a fun time, but they always wanted to play. And I believe that I probably spent about $200 on skins in that game when I played.
I like the skins as well, but I
Mm.
didn't really go into that. I was mostly into just paying that monthly fee to have more XP and everything to buy the characters.
I get you. Okay. Um, so with uh with the amount of time, well, with the amount of time that you've been playing like MMO games and stuff, I mean, you played this game, you played Ultima Online, you played WildStar, played EverQuest. Which one was your favorite? I'm just curious.
Yeah, there has been a lot of them. I mean, I played the old Warhammer um, online game back when they had it. I
Hmm.
played I think Avion Online, where you had wings and everything. I would have to say has to be Final Fantasy 14. It just has a very immersive storyline. I love the music, and it seems like everyone here in the game, whether it be in this guild or just everywhere, people have been so very helpful.
Yeah.
And there's also a dedicated role-playing community here as well.
Yeah, there is. I can agree with that. The people in this game have been, with very few exceptions, very nice, very kind, very helpful. And even though I make a joke a lot because we are on the Crystal Data Center and that there is a lot of ERP stuff out there for people that want it, this is a very just also RP focused data center, and there is a lot of actual RP venues. You can just go to clubs. You can I've seen people role play fights out in like Bronze Lake and stuff like that. There are a lot of different RP communities that you can actually take a part in, if that's your kind of thing. I've never done it because that's never really been my thing, but I know they exist, and I know that like there is a big community for them here. So if anybody's watching this and that's your kind of thing, you've got a spot here that you could take advantage of that. Um, so we really don't have a whole lot left to touch on. We're already hitting the 20-minute mark, even though it really doesn't feel like it. Um, I guess like one final word from you. Like, do you have any advice that you want to give to people, either for this game or just in general, or just any like last thoughts that you want to share with anybody?
I think that with guilds like Team No Sleep or any guild for that matter, there's always going to be a place for you as a new player or someone who is coming back. People here in this game have welcoming arms. I mean, you have new content coming very, very soon with Dawn
Hmm.
Trail, I think, yes. And you just come right in, just and we have a welcome back programs coming every so often throughout the year, and it gets you up to speed pretty quick. And uh, just don't be afraid. Say hello to us or anybody in this game, and they'll help you out as best as they can.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all pretty good. And yeah, we do have that returner program that pops up every now and then where you get incentives. You do have a lot of resources and a lot of people willing to help you in this game. So yeah, I think that's a good spot to end it. Well, thank you, Ashton. It was a pleasure to talk to you. And then I will let you know when this is uploaded so you can take a look at it. All right.
All right, thank you very much, and everyone have a good day.
All right.